Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's another Deadly Decks design session. Number 24. Very exciting start of a new week. Last week, so many cool things happened. We really wrapped up these new characters. Eris the Rogue Assassin, Simeon the Gambling Gladiator, and Bucket the Autonomous Automaton. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I feel like I did a lot of work over the weekend based on a lot of the work that I did throughout the week. These characters were a little bit of a challenge. I feel like the first three characters that I did were a little bit easier because there wasn't really any expectations around making them better. It was just making them better. So I'm sure even when I go back to those three characters compared to these three are probably a little more developed. They probably showcase a little bit more of the agency, deep choice that I wanted to happen in this game. So that's going to be interesting. But what's very exciting is this week we are going to be taking on Magic. So up until this point, all 6 of the heroes that I've been working on are physical combat based: swords, axes, flails, all the regular basic stuff that makes these kind of games super fun, but also it's the bread and butter. It's like the standard thing. It's like the chicken. It's always going to be at every restaurant. You're good to go. The magic is going to be the spicy, the different, the wow, that's an interesting take on combat. It's supposed to be kind of going against the grain of combat, things that you may expect to be the way that it works when you use a sword. Spells and magic should kind of feel like this thing you're learning that's a little bit different. It's a little bit more challenging to master or to be able to use effectively. And so I'm very excited to jump into that this week. Really hyped to see where it's going. Not gonna lie, a little intimidated as well, because Magic is I feel like it's the system seller of a good card game or dark fantasy kind of thing. How does Magic work? People always want to know, oh, how do I do? Oh, okay, it's cool. In Skyrim, you had to say those ancient words, fus de ro, to make something happen. That was a really cool thing where you had to read these words and then you had to learn how to say them and then you could do cool things. That was really amazing. I feel like then other games that just take it and make it feel like it's water, oh, you could just shoot anything, any spells you want to do, go ahead and do them, like World of Warcraft, right? Where you just have a mana pool. So with Deadly Decks, it's a little bit different. It's not the straight standard fare of, okay, you're just going to be dealing magic. What I'm really trying to go for on this is that magic is not an infinite resource. You don't just have magic all the time. It's actually a resource that you have to manage. And that resource is coming from souls. So I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know if I'll be eating all of these words in 2 days and being well, that's not how it's going to turn out. But for right now, the way that magic would work is you would be defeating creatures, and when you do, you collect their souls as tokens, and then each magic dealer, a sorcerer, has these spell books, and spell books allow the magic user to do spells, and they cost souls. So how is that going to work? I don't know. Is there a third currency system that needs to go in there because it's just too challenging to just only have you kill creatures to get souls to do magic, to kill creatures to get their souls to do magic, right? We don't know. We're not sure how it's going to go, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting, and I'm really hyped to get into it. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Oh, another thing that I did was I made the entire card game layout. This is going to be a living scenario going on here, but it feels really good compared to last week. If you look at any of the gameplays from last week, none of this structure exists. The cards are just kind of hanging out wherever. And this all started because James updated the background. We had a really dark black background. You couldn't even see some of these decks. Now, not only can you see them really well, but it kind of inspired me to go, well, you know, like maybe it's not a bad idea to start thinking about where some of these things go and what the layout is. And I was actually really surprised because the game previously has felt very disorganized, and it made the game feel like maybe this game is too big, like there's just too many moving parts. But now that I see it, it doesn't feel that way at all, honestly. Like the creatures go here. Here's all the decks you draw from for creatures and events. Here's all the decks that you draw from for weapons, loot, and allies. And the whole thing feels kind of like, yeah, okay, this is all right. I can handle this. Let me see here. I think we're going to try and keep things. Can we keep things the same? This is kind of cool if we could do this. I don't know. Like I said, still trying to figure it out, but I love putting the dice here. It feels like you can set the table for playing. I also added in these turn tokens now. This was something like last week I was just using these extra tokens and flipping them. Now we have a space here for when a hero is done with their turn, you can flip it, and then all of their actions are taken. Now you can come up here and do what the creatures need to do. So again, it's just all feeling really organized, and it's really helped me to see. I mean, I threw in the silhouettes of two other tokens. Who knows? Maybe that's a thing. Maybe you can get an extra action token at some point in the game, or maybe there's a hero who has 2 action tokens. I don't know. But that would be pretty cool, I feel like. Other things, you guys haven't really seen the clock yet. The clock is a token that when we're using it, it should allow for creatures that can actually like do really interesting things on their turns, not just doing straight damage left and right, but more so kind of like doing damage on certain turns, and then they do a special thing and XYZ. And one thing that came up while I was working on this that was really inspiring that I haven't used at all, and I definitely will, is this idea that the creatures have numerical placements and rows and columns. This could potentially set up some very, very cool things. I did use it here. I used it on these new shackle whips where now Simeon can do a hit to all creatures in the first row of 1 damage, which really cool. So if you have creatures here but creatures in the back, he can't hit these guys, but he can hit these guys. And I may update Rowan's crossbow as well. Not that we have any need for it, but his crossbow maybe is able to pierce through and hit through to the back, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see how often, you know, multi-road heroes comes up. So let's get into it. I could do a playthrough of these guys and show you some of the updates that I did with them. You know what? I'm going to do that. I was going to say we could just jump into Magic, but I think it's worthwhile to just play through these guys because I did make a lot of changes over the weekend. Like a lot of changes to these guys over the weekend. And I feel like it could be a pretty good idea to go ahead and try them out. Let's just give her 2 healing potions for right now. Wow, I'm so excited to try this out. Like, we always start in the Soulbound Keep. I'm thinking of actually making this map have little nodes on it, so you can move your party along the nodes as you complete some of these events. So that way we can actually see the party moving. I think that that's it's a fun thing to do. Could be really interesting. All right, so we're here. We're no longer, the other reason I was going to do this is I don't want to be drawing 5 of these at a time. I actually want to just be drawing them off the top 1 at a time. So, yeah. I'm going to put this back over here. put these below. Just doing a little house cleaning here. I think we put this guy here, put the allies above, and then we put the weapons here and the loot deck here. And I think the way this is going to work is the loot deck is going to be when you roll 1 or 2, you draw a loot deck. When you draw 3, you roll a weapon, which means you have 1/3 chance, 33% chance of getting a weapon. Now over here, I just feel very much that I really want it to be that this card is to the left and the other event is on the right. But you don't draw events all that often. You more so draw creatures, but I just feel like having it go like this is really cool because it shows you're in the Soulbound Keep and your first event is the Cocoon. Interesting. I wonder if it will let me do this kind of thing. Oh, cool. Maybe we just do that. That's kind of fun. The thing that James and I have recognized, I told James about this, was that like, I don't think you're really staying in the Soulbind Keep. Oh, that's why I keep getting confused. One is Soulbound and one is Soulbind. The Soulbind Keep. But I kind of want it to be where the creatures deck is the closest thing. Because it should be. It's right here. You just grab and flip, right? And you're just like 1. Yeah, that feels right. 2, 3. That all feels exactly on point. So then what we want to do is have the event, though, really close as well. So maybe the event goes here above the creatures deck, or maybe it's okay to have the creatures deck right here. This goes here, this goes here, and then we just leave that empty for now. And this goes here. I think we just treat it like an event. Like this is where we start. You draw your first event, you're moving forward. Or we put it here. That's not bad. I'm okay with that. So this goes here, here, and here. And then you just draw them like this. Yeah, that's cool. I'm feeling it. Hey, Furry, you're done working on something for me? What are you working on? What are you working on? Happy Monday. Oh my God, it's such a gloomy Monday here. It's like rainy, gray, cold again. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna give this a shot now. I think everything's set. Furry, I went a little crazy with the table mat over the weekend. I just kind of kept going and I didn't stop. I put little places for the dice. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's play through these guys because I would love to get to some magic here and see if we can make magic happen. This is going to be a quick playthrough. I'm not going to spend too much time kind of like thinking or changing stuff because like I said, over the weekend, I reworked almost all the heroes. I gave them all abilities now. I'll have to remember some of them because they're a little bit new to me as well. But I think I have Bucket figured out. I think I have Simeon figured out. And I think I have Eris figured out. So let's give it a shot and see what happens here. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're at the Cocoon. Select a hero and roll for their strength. 2 or less. Did I use any of your ideas? Yeah, I mean, they inspired me. Do I know if I remember them all exactly? I don't, but over the weekend it was hugely inspiring. Yeah, thanks, Furry. It does look cool, right? It's looking like a real game. Like it was just a bunch of cards and now it's really looking like a real game. Okay, we're at the cocoon. Select a hero. Oh, it's a whole bunch of stuff. You mean for the guys or the gameplay? Like the mat or the characters? Okay, break the cocoon. Select a hero, roll for their strength. 2 or less, summon a spider. Only this hero can engage. Oh, we didn't do spiderlings yet. I don't think James sent me a spiderling. Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, so the layout is all new. These now, I'll do the quick rundown. These are now turn tokens or action tokens. So like you can see here, you can do either one of these, and when you do, that costs you this, right? That means their turn is over, their turn is over. Now all the turns are over, then you can do the creatures, and then you can reflip them starting over. So now we can really just keep track of that. There's a place for the team leader. So your party leader, you can switch up who's the party leader easily and keep track of where that goes. And then these guys, I think you're going to be excited to see what I did with these guys. There's a whole bunch of new stuff, including Bucket now has a hydraulic crush. And this one, I think you're going to like this a lot. I was trying to think of what to do with him again to make him interesting. And you exhaust this card, you can do 2 damage each turn to a creature, but then the creature targets Bucket and does +1 damage. So it's like he literally runs up and starts squeezing them or crushing them. Should be pretty interesting. And then because of this new setup, I put in this placement. Party leader is just like some cards will come up and say like, oh, if you're the party leader, you get attacked. Like whenever that Sulker comes out, the leech, it only attacks the party leader. And then now, because of this, this is going to be pretty cool. Oh, there it is. Right. So see, it attacks the party leader. Now, because I have this set up with these 3x2 grid, this is pretty cool because now Simeon has a secondary attack on the Shackle Whips where he can do 1 damage to all creatures in the first row, which means he can whip across and hit these guys, but if there's any guys in the back, he can't hit them. So now there's a little bit of actual like terrain to map these guys out and actually treat it as if it's like a real horde of creatures. There's more that I'm going to do with that. I feel like some of them are going to be, if you draw a creature and that creature is in the slot 1, it will be able to do something unique. I think that would be pretty cool, like a first attack. So let's hop into it. Let's see what we do here. First card is Break the Cocoon. 2 or less, summon a spider. Only this hero can engage. Draw an ally after defeat. 3 or more, summon a spiderling. Only this hero can engage. We've done this one before. We don't have any spiderlings, so I'm just going to keep it to spider. Last time, Bucket had a real hard time with spiders. I'm going to see if he can do it, though. So if we get a 3 or more, which we have, summon a spiderling and an ally after that. All right, so we're going to give this a shot. He had a real problem with spiders last time, but maybe not this time. Let's see. We're going to flip it. I'm going to put this guy over here so that it's easy to see. And the way this is going to work is it's going to attack Bucket for 2. And it's going to, if Bucket misses, then that hero is stunned and has 3 health. I think we'll be okay now because Bucket is totally different now. So for instance, we could just do Hydraulic Crush. So you exhaust this, select a creature and do 2 damage each turn to this creature, but the creature is going to do +1 damage to Bucket. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I think we do. Because I could wind up, but winding up is only going to do a 2-hit. So this is probably the best thing. So this is already more interesting. All right, so I'm going to flip this. I don't know if I have to roll for this. I was thinking that you don't have to roll for this at all. It's kind of guaranteed, but let's try rolling for it and see what happens. I'm going to roll for it and we get the hit. He's going to do 2 damage to the spider. The spider has 1 damage left. And then now, yeah, I think you have to roll for it because there could be a flying creature and that doesn't make sense. You'd still have to roll for it. Okay, so you have to roll to make this happen. Maybe it's like a roll for him to grab. And so then the spider is going to do 3 damage back to Bucket. Ouch. And then on Bucket's turn, because this is exhausted, it does 2 more damage. Bucket defeats it. Already way better. I took 3 damage, which was fun to think about how to do. This guy's done. We can put him back into the summoning deck. And now I get to roll for loot. The rolling is going to be different. It's going to be 1, 2 for loot, 3 for weapons. So I'm going to roll it. I got a 2. That's loot. Oh, we got a revive. Okay, I'll take this and put it down here. I'm going to keep it down here, even though that's for allies and NPCs. I'm going to keep it right here, actually. Oh, here, we'll put it here. Okay, so we draw an ally. This is Relina Lorenz. Take 1 in thanks. Pick one of these cards and add to inventory. Summon Elixir, Bottle of Luck, Savage Potion. I think we'll do Savage Potion. Bottle of Luck lets me re-roll anytime. Maybe we just get a Bottle of Luck. Where is that Bottle of Luck? Here it is. Reroll any fail. Or do 2 damage to an attack and discard. These are probably the 2 best ones. I'm going to take the Savage Potion. And I'll give it to Eris. And then Relina is done. I don't have a place for allies that have been completed. Maybe we... Yeah. Cool thing would be if monster reaches 2 health, a hero hits it for 1. Oh, like when they get down low, it hits them? That could be interesting. Let's write it down. Oh my gosh, March is almost over. That's wild. I understand how you're Italian. Wait, what? What is that from? Whoa. That's fun to do. Okay, we did the cocoon. That's a fun event. Although I think lowering the number of text on it would be helpful. Dark Catacombs. Creatures in this encounter attack first. I feel like we've done this before. And I'm not going to do that. We did this before. I think it's the first creature attacks first. I did. It attacks first, and then I think you get multiple misses. I think you can get multiple misses. So this guy attacks first if we're doing this. I really don't feel like attacking first is fair. But I think we're going to do double misses. If you get a miss token, you get 2 miss tokens. It's 2 creatures. We draw 2 creatures. The Sulker is going to attack the team leader. On the first attack, do 1 damage and apply a bleed token. You cannot heal until defeated. This is the first creature that's going to put a bleed token on a hero. Then on here, the Undead Guard, they're going to attack the highest strength hero. That's going to be Bucket. And they do 2 damage, and then when they die, if the speed is 2 or less, we take 2 extra damage. So that means Eris has to last hit this guy. Okay. All right. This is going to be the first time we're really using these guys. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the shackle whips, but this time I'm going to do whiplash. Usually we do the roll 2 dice. This time I'm going to roll 1 dice and do 1 damage to all the creatures in the front row. That seems pretty good. Let's try it. So we go ahead and grab the dice. Gonna roll it. We got a hit. It feels like, oh, he has a new power. When Simeon's attack roll is a crit, do +1 to the next party's attack roll. So this is great. So he gives a +1 now to whoever attacks next. So he's gonna do 1 damage to each of these guys. And then he does a +1 to the next attack roll. And I think the next attack roll is gonna be, this is getting interesting. We're gonna go ahead and wind up Bucket. When you wind up Bucket now, you get to place a miss token. This is gonna be really interesting. So I'm gonna wind up his weapon. I'm gonna put a miss token on the undead guard because he's scared. He's scared of Bucket. Then I'm going to use the Assassin's Blade. When successfully hitting a creature with miss tokens, add a bleed token. So if I crit, I will do 1 damage plus a bleed token plus a second bleed token. I believe that's how this is going to work. Pretty cool. This is working. This is working. Oh yes, Simeon went. Oh my gosh, and I could do the Savage Potion. Do you have to drink a potion before you attack? Ooh. I think so. I think you have to commit to the potion before the roll. That's pretty cheap to do the roll and then pick it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Hey, Cameron, what's up? Cameron just came in with the yes. Yes. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. I think it's pretty cheap to be able to roll, then know you're going to do the damage. How was your weekend, Cameron? Look, there's even more, Cameron. Look at this. I went crazy over the weekend. Why many word when one word do fine? Yes, I love it. This camera's full of these like wise modern sayings. What was the one you said? I wish I could remember it. What was it? You know a lot about a little you know a little about a lot of things. Okay, so we're gonna commit the potion. Now let's keep all this together. Let's keep all this together. Bucket is winding up, drops the miss token. Simeon rolled a crit, and Simeon's new power ability is when he rolls a crit, he gets a +1 to the party's next attack roll. So we have a +1 on the attack roll. We're going to do double damage. And because of Eris's specials, if she hits a creature with miss tokens, add a bleed token. And if we crit, we're going to add another bleed token. So this could be huge and do 3 damage. This could be huge. So we're going to hit this guy. All we really need is a 2 to get a crit. I have approximate knowledge of many things. There it is. Oh man, we missed it by 1. Okay, we didn't completely miss it, but that would have been epic to get the crit. We would have done double bleed tokens. So let's map this out now. When successfully hitting a creature with miss tokens, add a bleed token. So that's the first thing. This bruh is bleeding. We didn't get the crit, so we're not going to add a second one, but it does do 1 damage plus 2 damage is 3 damage. That's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And we have a miss token, which converts into extra damage. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, these guys are starting to feel fun. These guys are starting to feel really fun. Okay, that means Sulker is going to heal for 1 and do 1 damage to Eris. right? On first attack, do 1 damage, apply bleed token. That's right. So we do 1 damage plus a bleed token. This is where it gets a little strange with the bleed token. I got to figure out when their stuff collects. Right, because they already went. There's a reason for that. Okay, so she gets 1 damage plus a bleed token, which now this creature can apply bleed tokens. It's the first creature to be able to put bleed tokens on a hero. And the Undead Guard is going to do 2 damage to Bucket. 1, 2. Bucket is winding up for the pitch. Let's go ahead and convert these into a 5, like we always do. So we have 5 here. I'm trying those little markers on the corner just to kind of keep some organization going. And then the Undead Guard takes 1 extra damage due to bleeding. So that puts it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 1 away from dying. Remember, this guy does a 2 damage from the grave, 2 damage to the last hero that attacks it, unless the speed is 2 or more. So that means Eris has 2. She's the only one who has 2 or more. And so we really got to get her to kill this on the next turn. So I would have, Simeon has this new attack on the Shackle Whips, which allows him to do 1 damage to all creatures in the first row. But I feel like if he did that, he would kill this and take 2 damage, which we don't want to do that. Bucket is wound up, so he's ready to go. But I feel like he should probably fight the Sulker because we don't want him to take the 2 damage. So maybe we just start with Eris, I think. Yeah. The thing that happens with roll bonuses is even if you get a +1 and you fail, you still fail. That's how I kind of kept this, because it's not really, I don't want players to ever feel like they don't have to roll. So if you get a +1, there's times where you would just never fail, in which case, why would you roll? So really, it's kind of like you have a 1 in 6 chance with bonuses of still not making the shot, no matter how many bonuses you put on it. You could have a +20, and it doesn't matter if you roll the fail, you still get the fail. And I kind of feel like that balances things out and keeps things exciting and interesting, so that you can maximize your output based on a successful hit, but you still have to roll because there's a 1 in 6 chance you're going to blow it. Okay, let's figure this out. If we get Eris to attack first, we don't really, this was an interesting thing. The Blood Dagger now has a creature must be bleeding and do 1 damage per bleed token, then flip. So the Blood Dagger doesn't do any damage unless there's a bleed token on it. But I don't think, oh yeah, we actually could do this. Okay, let's try the blood token. Let's do the Blood Dagger. It will do 1 damage to this guy, and then I can summon the Blood Pixie to stop the Sulker attack. Could I do that? That's a weird thing to do. I don't think you'd be allowed to do that, because the idea here is this thing is leeched onto Eris. So I'm going to have to put that down as fixing some rules. What happens to Sulker target when Blood Pixie is summoned? Well, there might be something that has to do with possible engagement or previous target thing. I don't know, but I feel like in this scenario, there's no way that I would make it so that if you summon the Blood Pixie, Eris no longer takes the damage. So that just doesn't make any sense at all. Although it's not attacking Eris anymore. And she cannot heal until defeated. So maybe it does make sense. Okay, let's not worry about it right now. In that sense, I'm not going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to do the Assassin's Blade on the Undead Guard. All we need is a hit. Oh, no, that wasn't a roll. That wasn't a roll. I swear to God, that wasn't a roll. Okay, there we go. That's a hit. We're going to drop, well, we don't need to drop 1 more thing on it. It would have died anyway, but it would have died at the end of its round. So she kills the undead guard. Thank God. You're renovating your bathroom? Yo, Raymond, you are on a warpath. Okay, this guy's done. Eris is done. This guy's done. Now the Sulker needs to be finished. So what we're going to do with the Sulker is I'm going to do something a little crazy. I'm going to see if we can get the Shackle Whips to work. But we're going to do a trick with this. We're going to roll it. We got a 2, and then I'm going to roll again, but instead I'm going to use the Coin of Fates, and there's a particular reason why, because Simeon's new ability is when he rolls a crit, you get a +1 to the next attack roll for the party. So if I hit this, not only will he hit the crit, which supposedly stuns the creature, but it also, oh God, you gotta love drywall. Nami, I'm gonna run with a backpack and a 20-pound weight for an hour the whole day. Why? Just to get in shape? Okay, let's roll it. We got it. So now Bucket has a +1 to his roll. That means Simeon does 2 damage to the Sulker. And Bucket's gonna finish it off with a +1 to his roll as he unwinds his flail and does 2 damage and finishes the Sulker. Okay, these guys are feeling really good. Now, the question is, does Eris still take a blood damage after the battle is over? We haven't done this before. Like, how much does she just keep taking damage indefinitely until you can heal? And if you end the battle before the, I guess that makes sense. If you end the battle before you would attribute blood damage, then she doesn't take the damage. Yeah, I can roll with that. So then we get 1 loot. There's 1 loot token on one of these guys. Oh, there's no discard. Oh yeah, there is. There's discard for creatures. Okay. So we put the creatures there. I'm gonna heal up Eris for 1. Get rid of the 1 and get rid of the blood so that I don't have to deal with that anymore. Put that in here. I think right now would be the best time to see the thingy I made in the Discord. Oh yeah, what did you make? Oh boy. What? Wait, what? He said it's Charlie Kurt. What? Apparently I'm in Turning Point USA now. Oh God. Is this the future of AI? I do I love it? I wouldn't say I love it, but it is funny. I don't know, like, what does that even do? What is, am I the leader of the youth Republican Party at this point? Okay. Let's see what else we got here. What do you mean? AI, this is hard work. I put that into these art thingies. Oh my God. Is that one even AI? That looks like Photoshop. Oh my God, the future. The future is interesting, to say the least. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do the next one. All right, the next one we're gonna do this event, we're gonna flip it. Sunken Fields. That puts Eris at a -2 for speed because the Sunken Fields, the leader speed is -2, which I think is not so, like, it's not so great as a event. It's kind of like meh, like a little yawn, a little bit of yawning happening. But let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oh, did I even, let me see if I shuffled these. Let me make sure these are shuffled. Let me make sure these are shuffled. Souffle. Souffle and Souffle. All right, let's draw 2 with deranged guards. Mark looks like me and Charlie Kirk, who Markiplier. All right, we got a deranged guard, does 2 damage when his HP is 2 or less. And we have a skull. Oh, Mark, who? Mark Tua? Who's that? There is no Mark Tua. I looked him up. He doesn't exist. Okay, so this is going to be difficult because it's not -1 to all damage. It's actually -1 to the rolls. And this is going to attack the slowest person on my team. That's going to be either Bucket or Eris. I guess I get to choose. And this is going to be the lowest health. So that's not Bucket. It's going to be Eris. I still feel like this rule of the lowest heal. Your heart hurts. Okay, Furry, I will tell you, I don't know that anyone probably wants to be AI'd into other people's images, especially if they're controversial figures who have been assassinated. So I will tell you, it's just a little too hot for the fire, if you know what I'm saying. But I do appreciate you making art and trying to do stuff with AI that's funny. But I'm also not trying to be canceled. Also, not trying to be photoshopped on or AI'd into controversial images. It's just not what I'm here for. All right, so here we go. We got these 2 guys. And let's see what we're going to do first. Interesting. This comes up too. If the Shackle Whips does 1 damage to all creatures in the first row, does that mean that it has a -1 to the roll? Oh gosh, this gets tricky. Man, these rules are getting tricky to keep them in their ways of making sense. Maybe it just has to be ranged, so that way you can do it. What? No one's gonna get mad at that? What? What? Don't worry. Bruh, what? This is the internet. Furry, this is the internet. This is what people do get angry about. This is the only thing people get angry about. They love to get angry about people doing stuff that is questionable at best. All right, so I think this Whiplash is going to have to be ranged. Whiplash. But I do wonder what happens to area of effect attacks that have ranged or slash flying, have flying creatures. He said, oh yeah, everyone gets angry about anything, but most people will think it's funny. It really depends on the people. I also think it depends on the punchline. So I think if you're making a statement or a purposeful joke that has like you're trying to say something, then I think it makes a difference too. All right, so let's see here. Okay, we're going to pretend that this is ranged, and I'm gonna see if I can. Sure, let's see if we can just hit these guys and start it off right. Okay, he got him. We're going to put 1 damage on this guy and 1 damage on this guy. I also think we're going to go ahead and do... We're going to do the hydraulic crush. I've been wanting to... I used this once already. This is one of Bucket's new cards that he can do. Instead of using the weapon, he has a hydraulic crush, which is ideally, I think the images of it is like his hands around like some creature's skull, like crushing. And you exhaust this card, you select a creature, and while exhausted, do 2 damage each turn to this creature. The creature now targets Bucket, but does +1 damage. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this. Bucket is gonna target the... Oh, if he could reach the skull, that would be sick. That would be really cool. Because he could do 2 damage. Well, I kind of wasted it. I'm going to see if we can do the deranged guard. So I'm going to roll to see if the deranged guard gets crushed by Bucket. We got it. So we're going to do 2 damage to the deranged guard. And that guard is now targeting Bucket. That's the idea with this. So it's going to do 3 damage to Bucket again. I'm really like letting these guys lay into Bucket. Whereas he was going to hit Eris before. We'll see what happens. All right. He went. Now Eris is going to try... Oh, miss tokens. I see. If there's a miss token on a creature, she can make them bleed, or she can make them bleed with a crit. So let's really try... Cameron said, I really like this action system being powered by elements that you are starting to incorporate. I wonder if you lean into that more. Like certain actions that characters can do if they spend miss tokens or bleed tokens or dodge tokens. Yeah, Cameron, it's pretty cool, right? It's kind of starting to emerge. And there's 2 more elements that we don't have here that we may get to today. I'm not sure. But magic is going to be a soul-based thing. And there's also going to be a hex or a curse. But I'm not sure exactly how those work yet. But we're going to get to them this week. And thanks for the +1, Cameron. Because, yeah, I'm starting to feel this, like, working. Like, with Bucket, I could have wound up and put a miss token on a deranged guard, and then Eris could have successfully hit a creature with miss token, add a bleed token. You know, it's like, okay, like I could have done that. There's starting to be these multiple pathways, you know, but I do kind of like that I went with the hydraulic crush because he'll be able to do another 2 on the next turn for free. Because now that he's got him, he's going to crush him, and Eris is not going to take the damage, but she can hopefully crit. Well, thanks for the +1, Cameron. That means a lot. Yeah, because I'm kind of making it up as we go here. And this was what I did on Friday before I left. I don't know. I just kind of got really hype into fixing them. And I started to come up with these. I really like the whiplash as an option for the whip, which gives Simeon now 2 options instead of the double whip, which could be risky. And it gives him an area of attack, which no other hero has currently. So I do feel like these are starting to feel better. If there's one criticism that I have currently, or critique, it's that I do feel like there's a little bit too much start and stop, but it could be because it's the first time I'm playing with these 3 heroes. But it is feeling a little bit like there's a little like, okay, Cameron said, I'm a sucker for cool UI and I like the mat with the space for the character tokens and that the team leader token. Me too. You have no idea. You have no idea. I spent Friday. Let me show you this since you're hyped for it. Let me show you. Because if you guys remember, I had just mapped out some of the cards on the table, and Cameron, you were like, oh, this looks cool, but I had just done that at the beginning of the stream, and then you hopped on and you were like, this looks cool. And so after I got off stream, here we go. You guys ready for this? Let's take a look. Here's how it went down. Is it gonna let me? No? Is there no way to like jump back and forth between them? Okay, fine. This was what we started with. I went through like 15 iterations. How's the Roblox investors thing going? I mean, it's heating up. It's heating up. I still don't have a check, but it's heating up. So look, this is what we did on stream. Then after stream, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do one little thing. I really felt like, you know, like, I don't like the fact that there's like 2 cards because I really don't know what the 2 slots are for. And then I just like kind of kept going, where it was like, okay, well, look, I might as well make it so that the party leader, I mean, I'll just add the party leader token. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to do the party leader token, I have to put a space for these action tokens because like I was going to do that anyway. And I was using these other tokens to try and track it. And then I was like, well, that looks really cool. So maybe I should just try to like, you know, just simply put a little place for the creatures and some cards above. And then I was like, oh shoot, there's no place to roll the dice. That's really annoying. So then I was like, okay, well, we'll just make a little space for where we can roll the dice. And then I was like, no, wait a second, that's not enough space. And also maybe something cool could go in between there, like the clock tower, which was a card we can get in the clock tower later, but it basically gives sequences so that later creatures can actually do other things other than just direct attack. They can actually have abilities that trigger based on a clock that you turn for each round or each turn. And then I was like, okay, wait a second, but we should put all the little tokens somewhere. But then I realized putting the tokens at the top was like really hard to reach. Even in Tabletop Simulator, it was like, oh, they're too far away. So I'm just going to make one more quick edit. I'll move them down here, and then I'll put a coin purse over here, and then put these cards at the bottom. But then I think it was still... why did I come back to this one? I don't know what happened here. Oh yeah, then I was like, no, there's not a big enough circle for the coins. So I did that. And then I was like, wait, what if it could be cool if there was a place for the dice? So then I was like, yeah, but also there should be numbers for where the creatures can go, which I'm not even going to get into it, but there's a whole thing of what this can do later is that if a creature comes out and is like number 1, then maybe it will attack first or something like that. And then I was like, oh, discard slots. So it's like, okay. And that was tabletop file number 14. So yeah, that's what I did. In addition to finishing all of the heroes, like abilities, or at least coming up with them, I did that. Cameron said, this has a lot of great table presence, as they say in the board game industry. Oh, really? That's a great word. I didn't know that. I've not heard that before. It would be really cool to see it on a table with a physical prototype. Oh my God, I know. Well, I mean, hopefully soon. Hopefully. My goal right now for this roadmap is just getting these characters done. We have 4 left. Once I get all of the characters done and the magic system done, then we can actually play through the whole game. There's still going to be some balancing and testing, but my feeling is like, then I can really start putting this game through its paces. Cameron said card sizes are roughly 3.5 inches long. So if you have 6 of them, plus some buffer space, looking at the 25-inch neoprene mat with space-ish for like 8 cards across at 2.5 inch. So like, wow, really? You really know this stuff. Wow. So that's like you said, like, see, I was worried that this was a little too tall. A little too tall for this. Which is honestly totally fine. It could be split into the monster section and the party section. Oh, that's interesting. Like 2 playmats and then a thing in the center. He knows a little about everything. Just do my idea for magic. I can't, Furry. We already have a magic idea in here. We just have to try it. There's a whole spell book and everything. I'm going to try and get to a little bit of it today. Because I really want to see some of it, and I feel like it's the start of the week and I gotta see it. So maybe after this last combat phase, when we beat these guys, maybe we'll just jump into it, because these guys are feeling pretty good. It's a little, like I said, a little start and stop for me, but I think it's good because the start and stop is me thinking about what I want to do next, rather than like, wait, what does this thing do? And I'm kind of piecing together combos, which I think is what I want players to do ultimately. Okay, so Hydraulic Crush is happening. Simeon Oh man, I don't remember if Simeon went or not. Yeah, he did. I think he went first. Did he go first? No, because this is the second round. Yeah, this is the second round. Sorry, I'm a little confused because I went on a little tangent there. Did we? No, right, Simeon went. Then we did the hydraulic crush, and now it's Eris's turn. So, right, and what I was saying was I wish I would have done the wind up with Bucket because it could have put a miss token on someone. Great. Okay, yeah, we're back. All right, so Eris is gonna have to use the Assassin's Blade to do 1 damage, and if she crits, then she can make him bleed. That's a 1. And by the way, yeah, that's a 1. She's gonna do that to the deranged. Ooh. Not going to do that to the deranged guard, because if I knock him down to 4, he does 4 damage instead of 2. So we're going to put that on the skull, but that's not possible because the skull is flying and it's a -1 to all, not damage. It's -1 to all damage rolls that are not ranged. So she's going to miss. The thing with this is I'm going about it where if you miss on a bonus, on a negative, like for instance, this is a 1. This guy's flying, which means -1 to all rolls. That would necessarily be a fail, but I'm not going to count it as a fail. So you don't get the fail token. It's not a miss. The miss only happens when you get the miss roll. Because I feel like miss is going to have its own set of things. This is just you hit it, but it didn't get there. Not I totally like blew it and now I'm exposed to extra damage. All right, so these guys get to go now. Deranged guard is going to do 2 to Bucket because Bucket is doing hydraulic crush. So those 2 would have gone to Eris, but he's like crushing the skull of this deranged guard. But he also does a +1. That's right, because hydraulic crush makes them do +1. So Bucket not doing so hot right now. Then the skull is going to do 1 to the slowest. That's either Eris because of -2 on the sunken fields, or Bucket. We're definitely not going to give it to Bucket. Bucket's got enough going on right now. So Eris takes a 1 hit. All right, now it's our turn again. I'm going to flip all these. And I really feel like I should have done this, but it's okay. We're going to start with Bucket doing the 2 damage. He doesn't have to roll for it. He's going to do the 2 damage because he's already like engaged with that one until he undoes it. So he does 2 damage right off the bat. This guy now is at 5. We just have to do 1 more hit on him. And I think what I'm going to do is... Yeah, there's no real way for us to clear these guys out in 1 shot. He could do 1 to everyone on the front row. That would take out the deranged guard and leave 1 on the skull. And then really all she could do is do 1 damage. She can't really hit 2. Makes me feel like her blade on a crit should do 2 damage and a bleed token. It just feels like she doesn't do enough damage. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go, let's just go ahead and fix that card right now. Not Unity. Unity, nobody asked for you. Let's go ahead and open up. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, I'm so excited to hit the magic stuff. I think we're going to get there today. So she just needs a little bit of fixing. Here, we're just gonna say when, oh no, my bad. I grabbed the wrong card. It's not that, it's the Assassin's Blade PSD. First, choose your character current live stream edition. Cameron Reed knows a little about everything. Furry do Sigma workouts in the background, coming with game breaking ideas. That's the take. This is the old version of this. I guess I didn't save the new version of it. That's annoying. Jefferson, 60% of the time first. Always risking his life, breathing paint fumes and drinking said yummy paint while fixing wires with his feet and commenting with the other foot. That's pretty great. I mean, it's a pretty great community. What about Fist Fight? Fist Fight has been here a bit. Okay, let's see if we get rid of. I'm like too excited to do the other stuff. Okay. Let me see here. I'm not gonna do it like this. It's taking too much time. I just want to do this, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. It's like sometimes I make these changes, but I don't save the actual file. Even though I try to, but I'm just kind of like making such a mess with my files right now, but whatever. So it's do 1 damage. If crit, do +1 damage and add a bleed token to creature. Sounds good. Who doesn't want to do all that? Yeah, I just feel like this weapon just doesn't have a potential to do any great amount of damage. So if you're not bleeding or you haven't made anyone bleed, she kind of can't do anything. And that feels a little too punishing. I don't know much about them. Yeah, they're the new edition. Oh my god, he keeps the air spinning with his nose. Well, then, I mean, I guess you've forced my hand. I guess I have to pick a Jefferson. Because I would like the world to keep spinning. Seems like that would be important. Hey, would you guys be interested if I started doing other game development? Because I mean, I do this during the day in the morning, but there's some other games I want to make too. They might be Unreal or Unity games. So I've been kind of thinking about that. I don't want to take anything away from this stream because it's going amazing, but I have been working on other stuff, and I feel like maybe, just maybe, that would be cool to stream some more digital stuff. This is digital too, but okay, wait, we got to go to here, and then we got to add the new assassin blade. Copy the image address, and then let's change this. I really love this about Tabletop Simulator. Like, there's just no way I could ever test this game in real life. Even if I coded this game myself, I would just spend so much. Roblox streams, maybe. If one of these projects pops off, then maybe. I will admit, I did write to the programmer guy that I worked on Gunball with, and I do want to finish Gunball, and so I did write to him, and I was like, maybe we could finish this before you go back to uni. That would be fun. Furry said, yeah, I would love watching that. And also, can I share the photo in small Discords and DMs? I need to get art commissions. What? Can you share the picture of me on top of Charlie Kirk at the Turning Point speech? No. If you're asking me, no, don't use that. If that's the photo you're asking to use, don't use that one. Are you gonna leave us when I get famous? I mean, no. And also, first I'd have to get famous. But no, I wouldn't. I think you guys know me at this point. I'm a pretty consistent individual. What? No. No context for the protogens? What are you saying? I have a game that's where you manage a castle through an Excel spreadsheet. And I feel like that might be fun to do. But you know what? Actually, I feel like if I was going to do anything on stream, I really have to push myself to do something that's more like 3D World with a really cool story, and do something more 3D, because I've spent a lot of my time just messing with 2D stuff. I feel like it would be it would be different, but it would be more of the same of this. Okay, where we at? Okay, I fixed this card. Do 1 damage. If crit, do +1 and add a bleed token. A token. Good thing we didn't print this yet. Add a bleed token. The one game about space aliens? God, I missed that game a lot. Space Friends. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Simeon, if he gets a crit, he gets a +1 to the party's next attack roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use his whiplash. I'm going to use the coin. Hopefully get a crit hit, because I can do that with his coin, and then use the +1 to get a crit over here. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. It's possible. So maybe we can. With this now, I could do this. No, the other one where you talk to them. Oh, yeah. The Twitch grant I got when it was still Space Friends, but it was going to be a Twitch game. That was really fun, where you could twerk everywhere. Yeah, that was a fun game. What? Oh my gosh, I've seen Hell of a Deal. Cameron, what? Oh my god, this is so cool. I've seen the ads for this. This looks so interesting. Oh my god, you're hanging out here? Can you DM me a link or something in Discord, or drop a Discord link in the, go to my Discord and drop a link. I don't do a lot of or actually DM me a link. I will promote you, because I don't do self promotion in the stream or in the Discord. This would be a great scenario where I would allow it, but as you can probably guess, it gets a little crazy. Oh my gosh, what did you do for Hell of a Deal? Are you like the game designer, or are you like helping with it? Wow. You're the designer. Hell yeah, dude. Guys, for context, oh my god, we have check this out. I've seen this. I've been keeping an eye on this. Oh man, where's the video for this? Kickstarter's got to get their stuff together, dude. They're still running this website like it's 2016. It's like, come on guys, for real. You sent me the vid separately. Okay, let's check this out. Wow. Okay, well, Cameron, you just got a backer. I'm gonna back this today. You know, obviously Kickstarter is an exciting place, but to know you firsthand doing this and hanging out here, wow, dude, great stuff. So exciting. I want to show this to you guys. Wait, you DM'd it to me? Wait, maybe we have pending. Where did you send it? You send it on Discord? Because I'm looking at my DMs, but I don't have anything. I wish I knew who you were on your Discord name. Let me see. Is this you? No. There's like a pending tab. Yeah, I'm looking at the pending tab. Let me see. Also, it's not helpful because I'm in streamer mode, so I literally can't see anything. Can you drop a message in the general Curtis WoW? That way I can see what your Discord tag is. Wow, this is so cool. I mean, the other thing too is I can probably just look it up on YouTube. Yeah, I have 15. Maybe this is you. No, it won't tell you. Yeah, it doesn't tell you. Discord's like so challenging. In general chat. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, this is so cool. Yay! Oh, it did let you post it. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, your name just shows up as B dot 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 dot. So that was never gonna work, but I did add you as a friend here. Guys, check this out. This is really cool. Oh my God, so rad.
Hell of a Deal is a cooperative poker game against the devil himself and all the minions of hell. Of course, they all cheat. To compete, you'll have to cheat like hell. And the more you do, the more doomed you all become. To get to the big table, you'll face off against diabolical bosses who twist the game in unique ways, with tough-to-beat backup hands in case the cards don't flop their way. It's real poker, with each player attempting to beat the house.
Man, I love this idea. This is great.
First, players get not 2, but 3 cards dealt to them, one up your sleeve, of course. Earn game-bending favor cards that let you break the rules, like making a 4-card flush, but all at the cost of gaining a curse or suffering temptation. Featuring 52 custom poker chips, imbued with the power to tip the game in your favor as you wager them.
Wow, this is so cool.
From the boss's hand. Grab a card from the face-up discard pile. Heal temptation. But lose the hand, and all those chips flip over to deliver harsh penalties. Suffer too much temptation, and the game ends in a damning loss.
Ooh.
Manage a win against the devil himself, and you might just earn your way back to the living. It's high-stakes poker without the cash. All you need is a soul. Lucky day.
Oh my gosh, there's your name. Guys, look. Look, we know someone who did something. What? What? There he is. There's our guy. Wow. This is so cool. Yo, thanks for sharing, Cameron. No sorries. No sorries. You didn't derail. You did derail the stream, but I'm happy to. We want this train to be derailed. I love derailing the train. Wow, that's really exciting. Yeah, it sounds like you said you sent me the link, so I will put that in the Discord for everyone to check out. Wow, that's so cool, man. Yo, thanks for taking time while you're in the midst of all this stuff too and hanging out here. This is so great. Wow. By the way, now I get it. This guy knows about neoprene playmats, guys. It's very obvious. Cameron had a lot to do with the neoprene design in those playmats because they look magnifique. I mean, I love watching the game design process. Thanks, Cameron. It means a lot. I'm really trying to make, I'm really trying to use social media outlets for critical thinking. I don't know how else to put it other than I'm really trying to push hard to make content that involves people, gets them thinking and active instead of just consuming, and inspire them. So the fact that you're feeling it and you're creating stuff, I love it. This is exactly the type of community I want to create. And wow, your Kickstarter drops tomorrow. That is so exciting. I cannot wait. And the game looks awesome. Looks awesome. I love that it's cooperative. That's the part that I'm really interested in. It's like one thing to do like, oh, you know, like poker, and that's competitive and everybody's cheating. But it's a really fascinating idea to slap on cooperative into that and be like, okay, so we're all trying to get out while playing poker, which is obscenely competitive and selfish, really high contrasting game values there. And I feel like that's going to be really interesting. Cameron said, I only design co-op games, my favorite genre. Everybody has a good time with co-op games. They really do. Honestly, my game design brain changed when I played Pandemic for the first time, and I will never forget it. Never forget it. It was me and a good friend of mine, and we sat down with these two other guys, and all I remember is we had no idea who they were. I think they were just tourists or visitors or something. We ended up winning, and it was like we all were just jumping up, hugging each other. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. And a lot of the design elements in that game, it's funny that that game comes up in conversation here on the stream today, because that game has one of the first elements of where this game came from for me as a game designer. Hold on, let me fix my messed up. Oh, I don't know. YouTube like crackles for me for some reason. But interestingly enough, I don't know if you were, well, I'm sure you probably do remember, Cameron, but like in Pandemic, there's a deck of cards that represents the whole world. It's like every major city, and it's in a deck. And I remember when I played Pandemic, not only is it just a great game, but one of the first things that just shook my ability to make games and passion for them was seeing how they use the deck of cities. Because if you haven't played Pandemic, it's basically 3 outbreaks of like viruses, and they spread to other cities. And as you draw from the top of the deck, it tells you which cities it's going to spread to, which is like abstract, has literally nothing to do with anything, like is not grounded in reality, doesn't feel real, except that there's a card that comes up, and it's called Prediction, or it's like something like Prediction, and it says you get to look at the top 3 cards and reshuffle them as you see fit and put them back on top. And I thought when that happened, it still gives me goosebumps to this day. I just thought like, that is such an amazing one-to-one narrative to mechanic card. Like, it tells you, you get a prediction from some computer, which is true. That happens in real life. They model it and predict it. And then you get to, like, with some accuracy ahead, like model where these things are going to go. And it's like the prediction tells you what's coming up next. And literally that's what's coming up next. And I remember that being the very first game mechanic I ever played where I understood how beautiful it can be to have a game mechanic that functions exactly as it would as it's told in the narrative and the theming. That blew my mind. There's a bunch of other cards in there too of how that whole system works, that deck in particular, that changes that game from being just a random, like you're drawing cards and see what happens next, to like the deck is literally like what's happening in the world and how it happens. It's beautiful. Yeah. Cameron said, yeah, Matt Lecoq, designer of Pandemic, also put out a Lord of the Rings Pandemic game this year, and it's fantastic reimagination of the Pandemic deck system. Wait, he's the one who did the Lord of the Rings game that everyone's been talking about? Wow. I gotta look this up if it's the same one. I saw people talking about it online. And I wonder if it's the same one. Is it this one? Fate of the Fellowship? Fellowship of the Rings. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. It's this one? Yeah, this is the one I think I saw. Yeah. It's Fate of the Fellowship. Fate of the Fellowship, this one. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get this game now. Oh, they don't have his name on here, which is like, come on guys. It'd be like posting a book and not putting the author's name on it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. Wow, that's sick. Wow, this is so cool. Wow. Oh my gosh, I want to play this now. Wow, it's really exciting. Thanks, Cameron. Thanks for all the shares on this. This is exciting. I got a new board game to play. We got a Kickstarter jumping off tomorrow. This is so great. Guys, if you can, support this Kickstarter if you feel like it's a project that you would play and you'd be hyped for. And if not, maybe share it if you can, because it's so cool that we have the game designer here on the stream. It's amazing. That's really cool. Yeah, actually, it's interesting, Cameron. I've been really thinking about how to make this a cooperative game and not just a solo play game. But I don't know. I really don't know if it's possible. Part of me thought about making it where you only choose 2 heroes and then another person chooses 2 heroes. But I don't know if there's enough choice here, even with 4 heroes. I don't know that there's enough choice. Maybe there is. I don't know. But yeah, it's probably possible. The question always becomes like, if it's possible. I'll tell you what, I got bit before on this, like trying to take a game and change the number of players on it. I made this game called Infinite Jonathans, and it was my first and only board game that I made. It came out during pandemic and got squashed, but a big problem with it was that it was supposed to be for a set amount of players, and then they wanted to go from, I think it was a 4-player game, and then it went from 4 players to, they wanted it to go all the way up to 8 or 6 or something. And it's really unfortunate. I really feel like that was not a great decision for the game. And honestly kind of broke it in ways that when I replay it again with people, it's like, oh, this is painful. Like, this game should not have been more than 4 players. Did you see Strawberry ad where the guy smashes the strawberries while the other does? Oh, what? Yeah. So I kind of feel like maybe this is just a solo play game, and that's okay. You know, could be just fine. Or at least I'm just going to build it that way, because I think there's a danger in just trying to make everything do everything. Making something do everything just feels like it just dilutes, or maybe is too challenging. Okay, well, let's see if we can finish up this combat, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll just take a quick look at magic. Oh, you had the same issue in reverse? Do tell, if you can. Publisher wants to make a solo game, but it's primarily 4-player co-op game. Oh, shoot. Can we swap publishers? Publisher swap? Oh my God. That's what I mean. But that's what I also mean. It's like, I feel like everyone's chasing everyone always has this golden egg that they're trying to chase that they think fits some sort of constraint. And it's like, makes things really challenging. I mean, of course, people are looking for certain things that fit certain play types. So I do get that. But as a designer, it can just really be like, oh, okay. All right, let's finish these guys off. I have an idea here of what to do. I think with changing the Assassin's Blade here, I think that what we could do is we can do 1 damage to all the creatures in the first row. That's going to knock this guy out and put 1 more hit on him. Use the coin and hopefully get an epic hit, which will give us a +1 to the roll, which is his power ability. And then that will give us a +1 here to maybe get 2 points and kill the other guy in 1 shot. So let's give it a shot. We're going to go ahead and use the Simeon's Coin of Fates. And that was definitely a roll. I definitely pressed the R button. Okay, well, that's a miss. That's a miss. Okay, that's all right. And we're then going to use Eris to attack with the Assassin's Blade. I could still get a crit, but we're not going to kill this guy off. So she hits him for 1. Oh, wait a second. I made a mistake. This is a 1, but that's a miss because this guy is flying. So she doesn't hit this guy either. Darn. Oh, and we didn't finish the deranged guard. Do-over. Small do-over here. Small do-over. Let's have her hit the deranged guard. I think if I was more kind of in it and focused on what's happening turn-based wise, I think I would have made that choice. So I'm just going to go ahead and give myself the leniency to go. It's a 1 on the deranged guard. That does 1 more damage, brings it up to 6. The deranged guard is DED, dead. We're going to flip him. And this guy still does 1 damage to the slowest speed hero. Again, that's a -2 for Eris. So it's either going to be Eris or Bucket. We're going to do Eris. Furry said, my jump is so small now. This backpack is like 20% of my weight. Are you training for a marathon or something? Okay, and that's going to be our turn. This guy is going to attack the slowest for 1. I think that was Eris. We put the 1 on Eris, and then we get to start again. Oh, interesting. He was hydraulic crushing the other guy, so that means this is broken. That's a good thing to know. That unexhausts when they die. Simeon did not get hit, and then we flip these all over and start again. All right, we're gonna go into this, and this coin cannot be used anymore. And what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm training to get a boyfriend one day and work with my dad on lifting and moving bricks and stuff. Hell yeah, that's great. I need to get in shape too. It must be springtime, Furry. Everybody trying to get their springtime, get it right, get it tight set up. Okay, what can we do here? Wow, this is interesting. So if I choose Simeon, and I just want to try and play this out. If I choose Simeon and I try to do the double whip, which can lead up to 2 damage, because this guy is flying, it's a -1 to every roll that he does. So that means he has to get a 2 twice. Okay, so that's a miss. That's a miss. Okay. It's a miss, but it's not a miss token. All right. Wow, this flying, I might have to address the flying a little bit. Well, here's the thing. If we replay that again, I could do 1 damage by doing Whiplash, which is ranged. I think that has to happen. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick, because I will forget to do that later. So if we grab this one and we just put a little rangy poo on here, we just go ranged. I think it needs it, like without a doubt. This should be arranged. It feels right. It feels correct. Let's see if we can add a little stroke to this. I think this has to be ranged. Okay, let's save that. Where are those shackle whips? Shackle whips. Make the 4th one. We're gonna go back over to wherever we have this guy. Go back to Imgur. Imgur. Grab the image here, and then let's go ahead and fix this. Custom. God, I love being able to change these cards so fast. Really amazing. I would just, even programming, I would not be able to do it like this. I'd have to start the whole battle all over again. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so if we were pretending that I actually get to optimize my attacks, because I'm play testing here a bit and trying to pretend like I've played this game, I could roll a 1 on this and it wouldn't take any negative to it. It does 1 damage to all the creatures in the front row. That's a 2. And then for hydraulic crush, I still have to roll a 2 or better, or I miss completely, and that would apply to all of these. I think I should just do it. This ranged thing is a little tricky. Okay, we're gonna do hydraulic crush. Or I guess I have to try and roll first to see if I get it. I need to get a 2. Oh man, that's a miss. So he doesn't get to do anything. And now maybe I can do the Assassin's Blade. And that's a miss. Wow, okay. So ranged is really a problem with the -1. But it shouldn't be, because it's a 50-50. If I get, there's 2 2s and then there's 1 epic hit. Okay. All right. So does 1 damage to the lowest health hero. That still is 10. That still is Eris. And then we start again. We flip these over and we're going to hit, we're going to do what we did before. I'll use the ranged weapon on him. Oh, there's the 2 that we needed. That's great. So that's 1 hit. We still need these guys to hit 1 more time. So maybe we can do the flail. We're just going to do a regular hit on the flail. That's a 2, which would be a 1. So that's a hit. So this guy's dead. I guess there's some world where I could have also wound up Bucket to get a miss token to put onto the skull, and then let Simeon use his whiplash to knock out the skull. It's good. There's like multiple things that are coming out of these heroes, and that's really what I'm looking for, is like there's more than one way to do this. And that seems to be coming up here. Okay, so we're just going to do 1 draw of the loot. This is going to be a 1 and a 2 gets you loot, an epic, or no, a 3 gets you a weapon. So let's just see here. We got a 3. We're going to draw the weapon. It's these blood sickles. We're not going to play much further than this, but I could use the 3 and heal Bucket, which we could just pretend that I do that. I'm going to need a discard for those. And then, yeah. The idea here being that now that there's a 1/3 chance of getting weapons, Bucket can actually heal a lot more often, which could be pretty cool. Okay, this is great. I think this is working. I felt like when I made mistakes, I could easily go back and check them out. I'm a little weary that Whiplash is the only ranged attack other than Rowan's, which only does up to 2 damage. Creature is no longer flying. That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe Eris gets something like a net or something, or I don't know, something that can do something to take down a flying creature might be helpful. This is great. Okay, let's talk about magic. I want to do this before I hop off, maybe in like 15 minutes. But I want to try and get these guys together. These guys are great, by the way. These heroes are awesome. They might need 1 or 2 new little tweaks to things. But overall, I feel like I should play the graduation music. They're like graduating, feels like. Congratulations, guys. You've graduated. Why? What's no? You want to stick with these guys? You've grown to love them. What did I put under here? Oh yeah, that's right. This is going to be when Bucket dies. Bucket's magic barrier triggers. That's going to be his death. I don't know what I'm going to call them, like death power or something like that. Oh, you don't want me to leave. Thanks, dude. Thanks. Thanks. All right, this is I'm actually going to do this. Custom. I'm gonna grab the face. I know, I really love hanging out here. It's become like a real fondness for me. And I think ever since I've been streaming on YouTube, I've been surprised at how chill it is. Twitch never used to feel like this. Twitch always felt like I had to just keep going and go as fast as I can and make sure I always have something planned every day. And this has just been so chill to just hang out here and hang out with cool people, hear about their Kickstarters. Oh, where are you going, bro? Get back here. Look, Bucket now has, guys, Bucket has the first death ability. When he dies, you flip him over, and then he will trigger his magic barrier just 1 time at the moment he dies. We'll see how that turns out. But I really want them each to have their own death ability so that when they die, there's just this big burst of energy to like help the team. And again, as we talked about, you know, maybe it even shows the grave on the back or something. I don't know, but I think it'll be pretty cool. He's got big time Gundam vibes, you know, giant mech self-destruct when the team needs them the most, that kind of deal. Okay, let's put this here. Let's put this here. Okay, so magic. Let's talk magic, guys. Magic is meant to be a very different way of playing this game. I'm not saying it already is. I'm not saying it's there yet. I'm just saying that's what it should be. So let's go ahead and save this first. Love pressing overwrite to save my file. If someone knows how to just press a save button, it'd be really wonderful. It's like so scary to press the overwrite file button to save. I'll never get over that. So let's start with one of these guys. Who should we start with? Anybody have any preferences? Melody, Lady Lyria, or Cottonmouth? Who should we start with? Oh, Furry. Thanks. Furry said, I don't really have that much to look forward to every day, to be honest. So this is probably the most fun I'm going to have for the rest of the day. Thanks, Furry. I mean, let's try and get your day to brighten up. You're working out. Gonna get that boyfriend. Lady Lyria. Okay, let's do Lady Lyria. So Lady Lyria's whole thing, we're going to put her in the center because we're going to focus on these magic dealers. And then let's grab two heroes that we already know how they work. Preferably some of the older characters. I think Kira, because she's basic. And we got to approach this like we're scientists, guys. We don't want to try a whole bunch of crazy, wacky stuff right off the bat. We want to try and make this like as standard as possible so that when we test them, it will be a little better. In maybe 2 years, you never go outside. Okay, well, in 2 years, let's do Rowan, because Rowan is also pretty standard. We're not going to do any of the specialists. We're going to keep this like really basic. So we just have basic damage dealers mixed with one sorcerer. So let's get Rowan up here. Rowan just has his regular old crossbow. And we're going to need one more thing here that we don't have. And that is the souls. We need the souls image. Where is that? That's going to be way back in the Discords. Let me see if I can go back and find it. How far back? I don't know, but give me a minute here to go back in time. Do you guys know, is there a way just to see in Discord, like if you have a DM with someone like my James the artist, like can I just go back and like see all the files we've ever like exchanged? Is there a way to do that? Oh, wait, yeah, there is. Includes a specific type of data. Oh, wow. Oh, this is really helpful. Wow. Okay. Oh, out of 77. Me and James have 77 pages of artwork that we've done together. Wow. Maybe it's 10? Is it page 10? Wow. This is like major throwback. Whoa. You guys don't get to see this stuff, but check this out. You want to see, James is such an amazing artist. So this is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the whole story arc, but there's this spider mage. And the spider mage basically has these little spiders that come out and they have like a spider mask. When they go over your face, they control you. and they take control of you. This is the art we ended up going with. This is the it's called the Masked Bruin. I don't know if we'll keep that name or not, but currently it's called the Masked Bruin, and it's basically a bear in this dark fantasy world that's been taken over by the Spider Mage. But you can see some of James's concept art, which is just amazing. It's just like his art is just unbelievable. So let's see if we can find either more of that fun stuff. Here's some more stuff if you guys want to see it. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, there's this. This card is not in the game currently, but you can stumble upon this. Oh my God, what is it called? It's called, it has a name. It does have a name. Let me see here. Where is it? This is a 3-part card. So when you come across it, you actually have to summon all 3 of them next to each other. It's a Sinophore. That's what it was. It's the Sinophore. And this is what it ended up looking like complete. The whole idea behind the Sinophore is it was supposed to be a 3-headed monster that each one does something different. So it's like the 3-headed, you know. So you draw, when you come across it, this is what you end up drawing. You draw all 3 of these and you get this guy. And each one is like its own creature. This one just does basic 3 attack. This one thrashes. This is a clock one. When the clock strikes 2 and 4, do 2 damage across to each hero. Thanks, Cameron. Thanks, Furry. Yeah, when the clock strikes 3, heal the lowest health creature for 2 points, can heal self. So this one heals. This one does straight damage every turn. And then every even number on the clock. We haven't used the clock yet, but the clock is right here. And at the end of a turn, you rotate the clock. So that way, what can happen is like this would be the first turn, nothing really crazy happens. On the first turn, you would just get this guy doing 3 damage to one of the heroes. This is before I even had which hero it attacks. And then when you finish that turn, on the next turn, this guy does 3 damage. And then this guy does 2 damage to each hero on the clock. And then on the next round, this guy will heal while this guy just does 3. So it gives it this whole way of like, I've used a metaphor for a pocket watch for this game for a long time. The idea with this game is that it functions like a pocket watch. It does things that on the surface, you can just tell the time. You look at a clock, you can tell what time it is. It's not a big deal. But if you open it, you're kind of like, what? All these gears? All these gears? Why? What does this even do? And so that's kind of what I've been going for with this game. This is a great example of it. I'm getting distracted though. We were really looking for the soul token. That's what we need. We need a soul token. So let me come back here. But yeah, there's so much more art in here. The stuff that you guys have seen. I mean, we're just scratching the surface of all the stuff that's in this game. Let's see though. Where is the soul? Oh my God, that's right. There was a sandwich. Oh my God, I forgot about the sandwich. I don't even remember what the sandwich was for. You can get a sandwich. Hold on, let me show you guys. We got to pull this out and keep it. I got to pull this out and keep it. I don't even know where to put this. Man, I got to go back and look at all this stuff. There's so much stuff we did for this game. I forgot there's a sandwich. There's a sandwich item. Why is there a sandwich item? Okay, we're just going to put that right there for now. Cannot lose that. Thanks, Furry. It's the Italian. Oh, man. There's like more stuff in here. Okay. 11, 12. Just trying to find. Dang, look at these guys. We might have to use one of these guys. Damn, so cool. Look at these guys. This guy with the skull, the three-headed skull, that is some ill stuff. All right, well, I'm trying to find this one icon that we kind of need. It's an icon for a soul so that we can indicate when you get a soul. Still looking here. Just give me a minute. Thanks for your patience, guys. We're gonna kind of need this. I don't know. Did we even? This looks like I passed it. Wow. These are all the initial sketches. It's crazy stuff. Wow. Guys, these are the concepts for the Spider Mage. Check this guy out. Check these guys out. This is us trying to work on, this was way back. This was almost a year ago, November of 2 years ago. Trying to come up with ideas for the Spider Mage and concepts on what he could look like. We ultimately went for a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Critters scary. Yeah, they're a little scary. It's not that far back, so maybe I have to go back here. Let me just see here. Darn, I wish this wasn't so hard to find. I mean, I could just copy it from another card, but I don't think it will look that crispy or clear. Like maybe we could just jump to 5. Oh, I think we're getting close. I think I almost have it. Yep. Here we go. Got it. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and use this. And let's make a 512 by 512. This is what we needed. Okay, I think we can just basically go over what magic does, and then that'll be where we get to today. So this is what the soul token looks like. It's not green. It's meant to be image adjustment. I don't know the exact color, but it was meant to be like a little bit like this guy. Yeah, it's a little bit like this. And I kind of I like these tokens to have the black background. For some reason, I just feel like it looks better. So I'm not sure how we could do that because this has a black outline. And that's kind of essential to the iconic nature of the way it looks. But whatever, let's try it. Yeah, like maybe there's that, and then maybe it has a stroke or a glow, outer glow. Ooh, we definitely don't want it like that, but maybe it has like a little outer glow thing going on here. Not a huge fan of outer glow, but I think in this scenario, maybe it works. I don't know, maybe we can make it look less like try-hardy. See here, we'll get rid of that. Okay, there we go. I'm still not sure if I really like this whole outer glow thing going on. It's like there's no place where that's in the game, so I don't know. Maybe it would even prefer to just have it as an outline. So let's try that. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. You know, it's not perfect, but I think it's much better than the outer glow thing. And I'll put it in the center here. Maybe make it a little bigger. Be a little bigger. Okay. And then let's see. Let's save this. Make it a soul token. Soul token 1. And come back over here. And then let's wrap up with this. We're going to drag this guy in here. This will be huge, even if we just get the soul token in and I can refresh myself on how it works. I think we'll be in pretty good shape today. Copy the image address, and then we're going to go, oh, it's a little bit of a different shape. I wonder if they have the shape I would need in here. Is it blocks? No. Is it this one? No. Is it custom token? Yeah, maybe. Does it allow you to pick the sides? Let's see. Oh my God, the clicking in this tabletop simulator is just so challenging. Custom dice cardboard tile. Maybe it's a tile? Oh my God, stop. I just want you to stop. Escape should just, anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. We can only do hex. Oh, really? Oh my God, come on. Come on. Come on, please. Stop. Stop with the thing. Stop with it. It's so impossible to use this tool. Oh my God, this tool is so atrocious to use. If I press X, I'm about to give up on this thing. About to rage quit Tabletop Simulator. You know what? We'll do this. We're just going to do this thing again and try it out. Because it already doesn't have the right size to it. Furry, I wish I could, but I can't. I gotta go do stuff. I gotta go to teach today, actually. I gotta go teach in New York City. But I will be back. You can be certain of that. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And we're just gonna grab this guy. No. We're just gonna grab this guy and this guy. And I think we can just kind of like do one of these where we go like this. And then we grab this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and do this. And then we do this. And we kind of have it pretty close. I could have mirrored this, which probably would have helped, but oops, we don't want that. We want this. Right? This is looking okay. And I'm not going to forget this time. We have to no, not in Brooklyn, but I live like 20 minutes outside of New York City in Jersey. I used to live in Manhattan for like 10 years. And I had my game studio on 23rd Street, which I miss a lot. Those were great days. Oh, wow. That's so fun. Wow. Yeah, Brooklyn's great. I kind of feel like I missed the Brooklyn train. You know, like all my friends kind of moved to Brooklyn after the first 5 years I lived in Manhattan, and I kind of stayed in Manhattan, but I kind of wonder like, oh, that would have been fun to live in Brooklyn though. Like Brooklyn has so many great things going for it, and it's a really fun place, especially when you're kind of like tired of the Manhattan monotony. The monotony of it all. Oh, let's grab this guy too. Let's go. We're gonna just finish up here. I think that I'm eyeballing it, but you know, it kind of looks right. Oh wow, that's when I was there too, Cameron. Wow. 2011 and 2016. Yeah, that's I left New York in 2019. 2016 was when I popped off, man. That's when I had made Pop the Lock, and I hit #1 on the App Store, and I made like tons of money, and I thought it can only go up from here, but that was not the case. The mobile market is one of the hardest markets to ever survive in. But also pandemic was right around the corner, and that was not so helpful. Okay, we want to triangulate this. This is what I did last time. We're just going to add the triangulate feature to this. And what that does is it makes everything a triangle or a square, I guess, which is good. That's what we need. Then we're going to just apply it. I probably shouldn't apply it, but I'm going to apply it. So we're going to come out here and we're just going to apply it. And then based on what we did before, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to do today. We should be able to open in on the desktop. If I go to the project and I grab, this was really hard last time we did this, but I think I can get it. And we go into the cards and we find the soul token and open it. I should be able to like grab it. Can I grab it all? Yeah, this goes here, here, and here. Oh, this is going to be a challenge. Let's see what happens here. Is it even showing? Oh my god, we got to do this all over again. I do not love doing this. Let me tell you that. Let's see. Let's do this thing. Oh, wow. There it goes. It unwrapped it. So what you're saying is this one is this square, and then this one is this square. I really only need one face for right now. And this one goes here, here. It's a shame that it's square, but I'm sure that's for a reason. So if I grab all of these and I bring it over here, and it looks like if I rotate this, I'm just eyeballing it because I'd like for it to just happen. But if I scale it up to like this size, I think I'm doing it right. And then I grab this one and this one. I drop it down to here, here, and here. And then I drag it down to here. And then this one goes here. And then we move the whole thing a little bit over. I think I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing it right. I don't think James drew it on like a grid, so I think that might be a little problematic to expect that it's all on a grid. But here, and then here, and here, and see if I learned anything from the last time I did this. Yeah, this is not accurate, which is okay. I think if I bring these down, bring this down, there we go. And then we make this a little bit wider. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Just need to get it to work. Ugh, I'm hesitant to like make it uneven. Okay, we're just gonna leave it. And then bring this down a little bit. That's good enough. If this works, that would be good enough for me. Now, the question is, we did this before. I have to add the material. So let's try this again, adding the material. And then we go down here to the surface. And we do... I remember something with this base color. There it is. Ah, I'm remembering. Image texture. And then... Oh, no. Come back. What did I just do? I pressed A and then this whole thing changed. Okay, there we go. Now we can click on here and do soul token. Hey! Not bad. I got it. Okay. Not bad. Let's get the rest of this and do something with this so it looks not terrible. Thanks, Furry. Thanks for the support. Okay, I forget what, I think Creepers said you press S and 0? No, I can't remember what he said before. He had something where we were able to just like do S0. Oh, there it is. Okay. S0, S0, enter. That makes it all 0, and then I can just drag it in here, and now it's all black. Or I could make it all green around the edges, which is pretty cool. And then we could grab the rest of these, select them all, do S0, and then just make this black on the back. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe you could. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's try it out. Let's see, let's save this. For now, let's do soul token. This was a lot of work today to get like magic even started, but I feel like this happens to me every time. Every time I've done this. I think they need OBJs, right? I think they need OBJs. I don't remember if it's an FBX or an OBJ. Let's take a look. They need object, components, custom, and then custom model. Then we click it, then we right click it, and then the model mesh. Oh my God, are we gonna do pasty again? I guess we could do pasty because I do want this to be able to be, yeah, okay, let's do pasty. All right, I think that was an OBJ in pasty. You gotta claim your bragging rights that you were a dev for Deadly Decks. That's great. That's great. You got put on your resume. I think it's an OBJ. Soul token OBJ. Export it. And then we go to pasty. Oh my God. Paste bin. Pasty. Paste bin. And then I believe what we did before is... Oh, it's not going to work there. It's got to be here. So then we, wow, I remember how to do this now. File, open. Hold on, some of this I'm not going to pull up here because it's like uploading stuff. Documents, soul token. Where's soul token? QRS? No? Oh, because it, right. This is so tricky. PQRS, soul token. There we go. We copy that, put it in as a paste. soul token 1, create it. All right, we're almost there. Verify I'm a human. Why not? You always have to do that. That's always part of the step. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see. Model mesh here. And then the Imgur is going to be here. And then we should just import it. Wow, look at me go. Wow. Cool. I did it on the first shot. Wow, that's pretty cool. And the crowd goes wild. Thanks, Furry. Wow, cool. Okay, let's just make these the right size. I have a feeling these might go here. There might be a little extra outline bar here. I don't know. I don't want to make things too crazy, but I'm not sure exactly where I'll put them. They might go here as well. Wow, they look good too. And you can flip them. Oh, that's a weird way to flip them, but okay. Cool. Okay, well, let's just do this. We'll go through this last part of this and then we'll hop off. The idea with this is that I'm going to clone a couple of these. This is how magic works. Take some of these out here. We'll move them over. Let's put them here. Maybe these don't get used as often, so maybe we move these up here. Let's move the miss tokens. So we get misses and hits, and then we get blood and fire, and then we get souls and something else. We get these. We haven't really used those yet. Hey, I almost put them in a hex. That was great. I almost like actually put them in a little hex. I wonder if I can. It's close. It's close. Okay, so the idea here is when there's a creature and you want to attack them, let's say Lady Lyria has 3 souls. On her turn, she can do the Bolt of Truth. This is a 1 damage ranged attack. It costs 1 soul, but you don't lose the soul. So you would just keep it. But if I wanted to do Hex of the Lyrians, all heroes take -1 damage from this creature for the duration of this encounter. That would actually cost me 1 soul, which would mean I would have 2 left. Or I could do the next hero attack does double damage, the Blessed Crusader, and that one costs 2 and I can do it at any time. She's pretty fun, actually. So if we were doing this here, let's actually say we have 2 creatures. Let's get two good ones. Yeah, like this and this. That's what I was looking for. 2-hour stream. Wow, Raymond. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for the call out. Oh my God, I did another 2-hour stream. It was kind of unintentional. I really like streaming this though. It's really fun. I know, I thought this was going to be short too, and then I ended up really having fun, like doing all this stuff, and the new characters are really fun too. Oh my gosh, 2 hours and 8 minutes. Okay, well, I gotta go eat lunch and then I have to go teach in the city, in New York City, so I gotta finish this up. Okay, we're gonna do one little round and see how it goes. So the idea here is that if Lady Lyria had 3 of these, and we started this attack, let's say Rowan does, before we do anything, it would be if we burn one, all heroes take -1 damage from this entire encounter, which would knock them down for 1. So let's do that. Lady Lyria just does this. That's not even her turn. Oh wait, it is her turn. Well, that's a good question. Does this count as a turn? Does a passive count as a turn? Probably not. Okay, so she gets rid of one of them. Now everybody does -1 damage. Or all the creatures do -1 damage. We do have a token that says that, actually. This would be -1. and this would be -1. So I actually have a token for that, which is cool. Oh, thanks, Raymond. Yeah, it's pretty tight, right? There's a lot of cool things I can do with it too. Okay, so these guys are going to do -1 damage. Maybe put it over here. And that's her first shot. Then she's going to do her 1 damage range because she has both of these. Now, the thing we talked about was maybe when you do a spell, you don't have to roll. I don't know, though. I think that's too powerful. Because that means that anything that she does is going to be guaranteed, which means she does more damage than anybody else, no matter what. So I think you still have to roll for it when you attack. Maybe these are free. Yeah. So she has to roll to try and hit them. And she does. She does 1 damage of ranged hit. That would hit one of these guys. Let's say she hits this guy. I can't just hand them a packet. No, it's a master's level course I'm teaching. So I can't packet it. I wish, that'd be fun. Just drop them off a packet. See you guys. I'm gonna keep working on deadly decks. Let me know how it goes. All right, so she hits for 1. 1 is a little underwhelming, but it is ranged. Then let's just get Rowan does his attack. He does 2 damage, so let's go ahead and hit this guy. Knock him down as much as we can. And then Kira is going to do 2 damage. If critical, do +1 damage, so she can do up to 3. So let's see. Kira's actually stronger than most everybody else. She does 2 damage. We don't want to hit this guy because it'll knock him down to -2, which will actually still give him +2 damage, which means he does 3 damage. We don't want that. So we'll go ahead and do 2 damage here. And then these guys attack back. This is pretty cool. She's working out pretty well. And then this guy does 1 damage to the strongest. That's going to be Kira. So that's going to be 1 damage. It would be 2, but Lady Lyria's -1 is really powerful. And then the deranged guard. Is this a drop shipping course? No, the packet mean? What's the packet mean? Hold on, I gotta look this up. Is it the I put a packet in your packet from exhibit? Is it this one? This one? Is that the packet? Shoot. All right. I think I got to wrap up because I do have to get ready to go. But this is pretty cool. My biggest concern with her, let's do something really cool with her. Let's burn both of her souls. Oh wait, we have to do one more attack. This guy does 1 damage to the lowest health hero. That would be Lady Lyria. So Lady Lyria takes 1 health. And then let's burn 2 souls. She can now not do anything this turn. And then let's have Kira do, the next hero does double attack damage. And then Kira's gonna do it. If she gets a critical, she does 1, but it'll do 4 damage. This is pretty fun. All right, so she did a 1. That's 4 damage. She would knock one of these guys out for 4. We could easily do 1. Yeah, that would take this guy out right away. 2, 3. All right, so magic is pretty interesting. The other question I would have is I wonder if when they die, they give a soul right away, because that's how you get the souls for the magic. So this guy would die. Does she get the soul automatically? I don't think so. I think she only gets souls at the end of the encounter. Because otherwise, we could be in a grave and this guy could come back. And then what? She just gets infinite souls? That doesn't make sense. This looks like your idea. Oh, really? Oh, really? All right. Yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. This was an unusually long stream, but it was really fun. We got to do a lot of stuff today, and we found out that Cameron is got a Kickstarter tomorrow for a hell of a deal. So check that out in the Discord, guys. This was really fun. Tomorrow we're gonna just dive right into Magic. Like, we're just gonna actually play through this and see what would really happen, and see if Magic works and how it can work. So guys, have a great day. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you feel excited. I'm feeling hype. I'm going to go teach in New York City, and I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and I'll see you on the Discord. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've had fun checking it out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Curtis, wow. Ow.